I'm a lot less confident in my prediction now because Paul's gone with it, so it's probably wrong. We're going to have Zontares on the Deeg, the dirty Deeg, to start things off.
I like that.
I'm a big... In fact, on the T side, if someone buys it CT side, I think they're an absolute fool, and they are wrong. But T side, fine, especially with the longer range battles. At the moment, at least, quite patient from the majority of the T side, just waiting for any mid-aggression, waiting to see if the CT side will push ramp as well. And a nice start from DevVox. Already going to be finding that first kill. Now, this is a map. If they don't bring in double orbs here, then I'm just going to assume that DevVox has gone pure rifle. Like that's all I can assume, because this is the double orb map. This is everybody's been doing it for years with this map being in the pool. So if I don't see it here, then DevVox really is just going for that rifle play. He started off strong here. Pistol kill going his way, and well, no deagle kills for Zontares this time. Issa is going to take his head clean off.
Meanwhile, we got the rest of the space soldiers slowly creeping towards. Oh, they're going for that cheeky boost into the window, trying to clear out some angles before the bomb starts moving into the bomb site. Oh, pass with the perfect backstab. Oh, whips a couple of shots, but Angel at the same time takes out Major. And Issa just completely wrecks them to take it to 1-0.
Yeah, we're going to have the investment back in as well from this T side. Looking to try and basically break straight back. It's a fairly safe buy. 3 rifles for the CT side. A couple of UMPs to get all that additional utility available. And DevVox looking to try and farm up a nice amount of extra cash. From the T side perspective, setting up over towards this A side of the map. There's a couple of players there. A quick rotation available from Woxic as well. At the same time, they still have a decent opportunity. Angel up close, so it means that Issa's going to be the one who has to do the majority of the work. Not going to be peeking out as of yet. Needs to remove this player from Palace instead. He's probably going to be overwhelmed, and there we go. Quick trade. Woxic does manage to get himself one. But so far, not so good. It's damage done to this T side, but they're actually going to be getting themselves the bomb down, so not bad at all. And now they can look to try and take more aggressive angles. There's not a whole lot of utility left over on this CT side, but Woxic finding an opening back into the site could make things a little bit more interesting. Engine going to be pushing out. Zontares has grabbed another. It's coming right down to the wire. DevVox from behind has caught one more, and it's all on to Engine. 1 versus 2. Issa exceedingly low. If he gets this one, surely it's over, but DevVox running through. He continues his form from the previous map, and the defusal is going to be coming in.
That was a good round coming out from Space Soldiers. But then again, it was a fully bought up round from them, so always going to be expecting more than just getting the bomb planted. And it kind of felt like Engine should have had that duel in the end there, with the HellRaisers player pretty much just jumping across. So he had the advantage, but in the end didn't get the frag. 2-0 HellRaisers.
Angel with the aggression. Zontares again, and surely they're going to overwhelm him in this situation. Zontares already doubles down. This isn't a buy round from the T side. It's already dropping 2 players. It's exceedingly costly, especially considering the rifles available to them. Zontares is going to go down in the end, and nothing can be retrieved, at least for the moment. But, as said, the cost could be something that plays a factor in the future, and they still have a man advantage here, so I can't really write them off as of yet. Another bomb plant would be magnificent in terms of making sure they have the AWP if they so want it. And the CT side here, this is all about damage control now. They don't want to lose a single player, but they want to make sure they don't lose the round. That's the biggest thing. If somehow Space Soldiers manage to sneak this one off the back of some early picks, you'd have to be very worried for them going forward on this CT side. Either way, we're seeing the T side gather up over towards ramp. Nice shot from DevVox. We'll be able to finish one more. There's a player close, avoids the flashbang. Got support as well from Issa, and should have enough to just close this down, but the bomb is going to cross. Can he deny this plant? No, he can't. So that's extra money made. 2 players dropped, and Space Soldiers are going to be happy with that.
Yeah, good news for them. Even though they started the round off getting 2 kills onto HellRaisers, They took just so much damage and didn't really have the utility needed to take a side and protect it. But taking a look at the money here for Space Soldiers, they got more than enough. They can go 5 orbs if they want to, but that would be super stupid. So hopefully they don't.
Here we go. This is where it gets underway. No AWP for the T side. They could have bought one. They've actually got a bit of extra cash, which will help them if they are to lose this round, but I don't think that's really on the cards or in their minds at the moment. It's all about taking this middle control. Woxic is on the other side. The first time he's facing off against other people from his hometown, at least in HellRaisers. Of course, he's done it before in Dark Passage, probably many times. So that's one thing that at least Space Soldiers should know the traits of the AWPer against them. Someone they will have watched closely, maybe even thought of picking up at points. So it could make things very interesting. Angel actually manages to hit the dink through the smoke, doing a lot of early damage.
And it's on Suntaris as well. The player you did not want to get headshotted through a smoke on your team. Well, we'll have to see if he's able to pick up a frag or two. With 11 HP left. Setting up for that A-bomb site. Space Soldiers.
Angel playing quite an aggressive position. He's got to be very careful of players pushing out from Palace. Already, there will be one attempting to cross in. Engine looks for the shot and finds it. Angel will be able to trade one back and actually gets a second. That's quite surprising. Now things looking possible, but Zontaris, you asked and you found the answer pretty quickly. He will still take another down. DevFox being tagged, and Woxic hoping he can find something through the box is unable to do so as of yet. CT side looking for a way back into this. DevFox is exceedingly low, so he's already sort of in a position where he's waiting. If Woxic can get a frag, then he'll make his move. If not, he's just looking to hold on to his rifle. And it's looking like that's exactly what they're going to do. Just holding to make sure they can't cut off the AWPer. And actually, Paz is still going to manage to win the duel. Of course, they want this AWP away from the hands of Woxic. Don't want him saving this into the next round with a missed shot. They now get ever closer by the second, and he has to be careful of his flank as well. So many players coming in from that direction. Still takes a first, looks for a second, but it is Paz to finish him off. Important stuff. One player actually dies to the bomb as well, so only one surviving. But look at the money on HellRaisers. It really isn't enough.
Expensive way for Space Soldiers to remove that AWP off of HellRaisers. Taking a look at their economy as well, they've pretty much bought up for everything. But they do have enough for this round. Still an AWP on Woxic. Calix yet to get a frag this game.
Look at Angel. Being a little bit sneaky here. Pushing all the way through the Palace. Finding a lot of information. Has to be careful because Calix is around that area. It's more of just an information spot. He can tell his team safely that there's nobody making noise at least around that area. Mid-control has been the aim of the game in this round. Now you have to remember this is a full investment from the CT side. They've got that AWP, Issa on the rifle. Now Angel's position could become valuable, and there we go. He finds the pick. Can he get the weapon? Well, that's the aim of the game. He's actually just going to bait them into shooting off a few more shots, and he spotted the bomb, so really that should bait a rotation in from the remaining players, but there's enough time that they could go back to B, and because of that, they're not going to take too much. But look at the spot now from DevFox. He's gone all the way up into apps. So they're just taking map control in positions where they can. They know there's nobody there. Zero finds another, and this leaves it. Well, if DevFox even gets one here, they'll have a two-man advantage, and that's exactly what he does. They've still got to deal with him. Got his pistol, doing a lot of damage. They've only got 20 seconds left, and they know it has to be B. So the AWP rotates over. Woxic through the wall, finishes off one more. And now Paz, 15 seconds left. He doesn't stand a chance in this situation, and Zero, so smart, just waiting on the flank. Easy kill, and HellRaisers, that round was perfect.
Exactly what we saw from them in the previous game on Cobblestone. They like going in offensive. They like to take parts of the map, and it's just working out great for them. Space Soldiers in a little bit of Yeah, they're having some troubles on the offensive side of Mirage. We'll have to see what they can come up with.
And they're making like weird decisions. Like, for example, the buy into this round, they made the decision after the round had already been quite far in, because it seemed like they were saving. Then Zontaras just bought a Deagle and armor, and then it looked like Major went, oh, well, I guess we're buying then. And that, I hope that's not the case. I really, really hope that's not the case, that him buying just changed everything that he had planned, because that should never happen. Your in-game leader should be in full control. Now, I may just be clutching at straws. He may have actually said, no, we are going to invest, and just decided a little bit late. But it did really look that way.
It did really look that way. And as an in-game leader, you shouldn't be calling shots that late in the game. Zontaras, well, he might have been right buying that Deagle jump.
He has faith in his own ability. That's what it is. Bomb will be going down. 40 seconds put up onto the clock for this CT side to deal with. Now, in terms of the buy, there's still Paz with an AK. Engine's managed to retrieve an M4, but I don't think he has any armor behind it. Still a little bit of utility to be thrown out. Peak will come in. Zero's going to find the first. So it does mean they have a way back into this now, and they start slowly picking players apart as they drop 3 onto Major and Zontaras. Got to be going for this defusal, but look at Major. He's just going to wait patiently, trying his best to deny this. Goes for the shot, and he doesn't quite manage it, but his teammate will. It's not going to be happening now. DevFox just trying to run away, and somehow this round has worked. Zontaras will go down. Everyone will go down, but Space Soldiers have stolen a round away.
That really looked like a HellRaisers round. What happened?
That was so big from Major. Not like Zontaras getting the kill was crucial, but the trigger control to not only let one player cross and watch the player on the bomb, but he kills the one who was the immediate threat. And then he doesn't even get the kill on the bomb planter, but he stops him from defusing it. Like, Zontaras will not get the kill quick enough if he doesn't stop him.
No.
So that was absolutely massive stuff coming out from Major. As said, hugely intelligent, but once again, it's going to be this aggression coming out from HellRaisers. Issa with a lovely shot from the Deagle. However, Zontaras smart enough to realize he has the chance to trade. And the remaining players really don't have too much invested. This is just a save round, and they're doing so much damage. Another kill comes in. Zero eventually going to be going down, but he catches one more. It's all onto Engine. And DevFox has found an AK. He's coming in on the flank. He may even be able to spot the bomb here. Will Engine expect anybody to be this close this quickly? Yes, he will. Can he hit the headshot? No, he can't. So Engine's still going to be surviving. And he's got lots of time to play with. He's just going to be falling back onto ramp, waiting. Hoping that Woxic will now go aggressive, try and find out where his opponent has gone. And without spotting anyone, he may just think he's crossed, and smart stuff from Engine. An important round for them to win, but eco round, 4 players dropped. Here comes the buy.
Can't believe that. That was way too close for comfort. And obviously, it's not going to be an open play on Woxic. Hasn't really had the money for it the last couple of rounds. But he's been doing well with the rifles.
T-side going back to a much slower approach. Bomb left in spawn. Don't really expect them to making their move anytime soon. Of course, as said, this is a buy from the CT side. The utility isn't great. Looking like they're going to attempt to go a bit aggressive, and Calyx waits patiently. The flashbang doesn't catch him at all, and it is this deadly duo once again, trying to make space for each other. Calyx takes the head off a second. Zontaras hasn't even had the need to peek. Almost 2 kills from Zero. He has been the man making big plays in this match so far for his team alongside DevFox. There's a couple of low players. It's still doable for the CT side. It's whether or not they're actually going to go for it from here. And yes, Woxic will. Already picks up one. Looking to try and check his flank. Has to be careful, because there is actually a man just around the corner that he is unaware of. Has to try and back out, and that step will give the information over towards Engine that he is in the connector. And the info may be more valuable than actually going for this kill at the moment, because he can tell his teammates and wait patiently for the second. And what that means is they still have absolutely no idea. Just buying down that time. Engine waiting to pounce. They go pushing in. Zontaras takes a head off one, and Walt, he finishes the second. Engine is redundant in the end, but the information he gave to his team was more than valuable.
I I'm really impressed with Space Soldiers right now. They're playing off of each other really well. You can see communications are on point. And we're probably going to have another eco for HellRaisers. Yes, indeed. We'll see a Deagle in play, CZ. Calyx just showing up to the server finally for his team.
I suppose they are the HellRaisers.
Yeah.
Born in fire. I felt like that would be a little bit of an unfair advantage, though. Then again, soldiers from space.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, but soldiers from space. How does that help you on Mirage?
How does that help you against people from hell? Because if anything, surely if you kill them, they just go back to hell.
Yeah.
And they come back. It's not that much of a problem. I feel like maybe going a little bit too deep into the names.
Maybe.
Just
okay. Overanalyzing. Yeah. Okay.
What, you overanalyzing? Never.
No. Math.
Math. Well, so far, the math is telling me that 5 is bigger than 3. So that means that Space Soldiers should be winning this round. They also have better weapons, and the other team have nothing. So not really expecting anything here. The rotation will go back towards his B side just as the aggression comes out. So it gives all the information over to Woxic, but it's more of a sort of like a threat. Just like, okay, Woxic, we've not found anybody over here.
You're about to die.
You're dead. Like that's pretty much how this works. He has managed to sneak him for a second, but Engine will turn round and demolish him. The remaining 2 players are just going to run and try and get themselves an exit frag, but Paz is aware of the danger, holding towards the top of mid, and Issa hoping somebody goes through the murder hole, but you would hope they would not.
I mean, I don't understand why people would do this, but I guess Issa doesn't even hit his shots, so it doesn't really matter. Well, yeah.
That's a bit questionable, I'll be honest. That should have been an easy frag and a weapon into his hand. Instead, not so much, and, well, now we look. Double AWP, yes. Been waiting for this all day. Been waiting for this team to pull up a double AWP setup, and here it is. Woxic, DebFox, the deadly duo. Seeing what they can do with those AWP. That is ballsy from Woxic.
It's quite risky.
But it's that unexpected play of just peeking into the Molotov. That's why he does it. Unfortunately, it doesn't net anything and leaves him a little bit low on HP. So, T-side already looking to try and sneak out. Calyx has managed to get out ramp without anybody spotting him. Clearing out angles from Dark means that he can just focus on other portions of the map. So again, it's these two just playing off each other so well, making sure that Calyx has nothing to worry about while slowly moving forward. Getting into Sandwich already. You can tell the rest of the team are going to play around it. Calyx, he's looking so much stronger on this map already. Finds his team the opening. There's a man in CT. Also in the connector. But Woxic, was that through the wall? That's ridiculous. Does manage to get himself one. Angel gets a second, and maybe that will be the moment that turns this round back around. However, Major able to turn it into a 3 versus 2, but the AWPs are still standing. There's DebFox. The secondary AWP comes into play, and it's on to Paz. He had an impressive game on Cobble, but it wasn't enough. However, he has found one, but Zero's there to trade. Can they get the AWP back? No.
That's disheartening. Oh. Well, we got a close game on our hand, and it's just fitting. I mean, this game means so much for Space Soldiers, especially. But obviously, it's going to mean a lot for HellRaisers. It looks like everything's tying up.
Well, yeah, because either way, whoever loses this match is out.
Either way. All right.
HellRaisers are 1-1. This is their final game, so they lose. They're 1-2. They can't win because one of the other teams has to win the last game.
Yeah, true.
And then it's 0-1. There we go. Paz again starts things off strong. Finds the opening. It is going to be the trade back from Issa. He should know he's around this area, but he's still doing the damage. Definitely stepped up from what we saw on the first map today. However, he will be traded out eventually from Zontaris through the box and leaves it onto a 2v2. Leg shot comes in, gonna go just running in with a pistol. Woxic wants this kill. However, Zontaris has killed his teammate in the meantime and leaves it onto just Woxic. Can he show the Space Soldiers piece of turkey they haven't seen before. Or is they're going to be the leading Turkish team to take themselves the round versus him. He's got so much still left to do. One player just playing on the site itself, the other over towards ramp. He's going to go peeking around, but he's got so much left to do, and Zontares is going to be there once again to finish him off. A big round from the star performer. And it means that Space Soldiers now take themselves the lead 6-5, and the money just isn't there.
If we could take a look at the scoreboard right now, I'm interested to see Zontares. Yeah, he's just destroying this game. And Calix, once again, bottom of the table. He's doing better than we saw the previous game.
Yeah, he's finding opening kills, which is still important for his team, but he's still got so much more to give. On the other side of things, I think we saw pretty much every single player like between 6 and 9 kills, so no one star performing, but at the same time nobody's lacking for HellRaisers, which is still going to be important, especially when going onto their T side. And Angel's just doing work with the CZ. He will find himself a couple. Woxic has got the scout. However, you have to take into consideration this is a full investment from the CT side. They didn't have much to play with, so they put all their money in. And the gamble hasn't paid off. They could learn something from Phantom Lord there.
I'm just going to move past that. Is that fine? Yeah, I'll just move past that. But I kind of like to see that kind of gamble. I mean, you see players or teams just going full investment like that and just holding normal angles, long distance, just losing out rounds after rounds. But, I mean, they've tried going aggressive in mid earlier in this game, and it didn't pan out for them. So I kind of feel like they should stop doing that right now and try to focus more over towards A, because Zontares and Calix is just taking it every single time.
16 and 7 at the moment for Zontares.
Insane.
What do you do? What do you do against that? And it's not even like he's playing passive and sort of just clutching out rounds. He's just pushing into the site and popping heads. 0 assists, because he doesn't need assists, because he's killing everyone.
He's got 0 assists. Yeah.
Major in this round will be there to finish off 3 players, a couple of eco frags, boosting him up the board a bit. But already the T-side half has been won from Space Soldiers, so off to a flying start for them. If they can finish this 10-5, you're going to have to start worrying for HellRaisers. Yes, there's a chance they can pull things back on the T side, play that much more aggressive pug style, but it seems like at least on the CT side, the Space Soldiers have their number, and once again, leading the charge is going to be the man of the moment, Zontares. All the other players are just out of the action for the CT side. Not a single member in CT. Paz is going to finally find the first kill, but the bomb is already planted. 0 pushing back in. He has been a glimmer of hope for this team so far. Actually gets the second, so he evens things up with a 2-for-1 in his life at least. But the time is starting to tick away, and it's such an open plant for the T side. It makes things very difficult to actually defuse in any sort of smoke. They are going to throw one out. Aegean actually going to miss the spray, so they've been given a chance, given a lifeline. Calix peeking out, Paz finds another. Angel, he doesn't have himself a kit, so he's just got to play the timer here, looking to try and bait out the last man, but he does, and Calix takes his head off anyway. 9-5, another big round from a different player altogether, and Space Soldiers at the moment just looking like the better unit.
Just a fantastic round from Space Soldiers. That A execute just worked out so well for them. Even though it went down to the wire, I mean, the take itself, they just got in, got the bomb planted. And when the bomb was planted, they were up 1 man. So, perfect play. Zontares once again.
It's got to be frustrating. But then again, this aggression in mid. Second time it hasn't worked. Haven't been able to take it away from this T side at all. A lot of that could come down to the limitation of the AWP. Well, they went for 2. It worked, but they lost 1 in the process. And then since then, we haven't seen it. Issa will at least turn the tide a little bit, and there is still a couple of low players, so there's a possibility. Of course, it is the last round of the half, so no matter what happens here, HellRaisers are going for it. And that could pay dividends later into the round. Aegean and Paz still perfectly healthy. But at the same time, Issa now has an AK-47 and armor. And even picked up a cheeky Molotov along the way. This is weird. The bomb's going into Palace. 3 players are going over towards the B site. Now, obviously, you can see DevFox has gone aggressive.
that's the perfect spot to be in with the Mag 7. Oh, will he get more than one?
Super risky. Zontaris has the AWP at the moment. That's not something you see very often. Are they going to clear the angle? Yes, they are. And Paz takes his head clean off. But it's still going to be the bomb going down on the other side of the map. Issa will at least be able to take one. And this is all just an elaborate ruse. They have the B site. Well done. You defended it effectively, Issa. But you now have to try and retake A. It's an open plant once again. Major holding for rotations. And it's the first time, I think today, we've actually seen Space Soldiers really shake things up with a proper fake tactic. And it worked perfectly.
It was stunning. And I even, amidst all that fire going back and forth over at B, I didn't see that another player from Space Soldiers rotated back to A. Just perfectly executed from them. That's 2 rounds in a row. And Issa, there's no way he gets this. He doesn't have a kit. And that's going to be 10-5, and that's quite a lead for Space Soldiers going into the next half. And Tom right now throwing away his HellRaisers cap. And rightfully so. No,
I believe.
You believe?
I believe.
Put your cap back on then.
It's too warm on my head.
Plastic. I'm going to use that.
I like it. It's a nice phrase.
Yeah.
Plastic fans.
All right, let's have a look. Once again, Calix is bottom of the scoreboard, but it doesn't really matter in this game. His teammate Zontaris is just popping heads left and right. Still doesn't got a single assist on the board. Also,
you have to bear in mind as well that even in some of the rounds that he's like, okay, he's at the bottom of the board kill-wise, there's still been multiple rounds where he's been in a clutch situation and he's won the duel, or he's just baited out the time. And
it's impact frags.
If you look at the scoreboard right now and go, oh, who's underperforming, in your mind you're going Calix, but in the grand scheme of things, he's been playing very well. I don't doubt that his performance is, well, like Major's not going to be sitting there going, oh, well, you haven't got 20 frags, so...
Obviously not, but you still expect more from him, even though every single of his every single frag has meant a lot for the team and for the push. It's still kind of underperforming from him. It's not like Alex getting only eco kills.
He did step up later in the day. You've got to give him that.
He really did,
He performed. First matchup was a little bit more worrying.
Yeah.
But then they did end up going 2-for-1 in the day.
He's impressed me throughout the day. For sure.
I'm going to save that. Norwegian impressed by UK player. Woxic has started things off, and actually a dink onto Zontaris as well. Now a pistol round, plus the follow-up, of course, leaves HellRaisers not that far behind. Right, considering how the half went, if they go into this half only 2 rounds behind, they're going to be perfectly happy with that, and it's still definitely doable. Mirage again. Strategy on the T side, fairly basic. It's not anything too crazy. All the smoke should be known. But Calix is still going to be looking to trade things back. He's been tagged down, trying to find a bit more with that USP, doing a lot of damage. He's got support now from Zontaris. Both players are low, but somehow they're actually turning the tide, and Paz has just found himself 2, leaving it all onto Angel. Finishes off the first. And look how low all of these remaining players are. Paz is the only one with above half HP. So there's still a chance for Angel in this situation. There's a lot of time left, but they're all playing in a bundle. Now they could line up, or they could just trade, and that's exactly what Zontaris does. He gets dinked at the beginning of the round and still ends up with 2 kills. How do you stop him?
It's just the way he is. It doesn't matter if you've tagged him. As long as he's alive, he's a big threat. 19-8.
Now look at the other side, though. 10-10, 9-11-11. No underperformers.
Well, they're losing together. I'll give them that.
No one's to blame, or everyone's to blame.
Alright. Investment coming in from HellRaisers.
A lot of Deagles. Well, there's one of them, but they... Ooh, how does Zero get away with that? Don't expect Calix. He doesn't expect to get one tap by a Tech 9. The nerf is real, clearly. Engine. I would say that's an interesting weapon to try and take a middle battle with. But there we go. That's more like it. Zontaris with the rifle. And Paz actually still manages to turn this round back again. But it's still into a 3v3. They picked up a couple of UMPs.
The damage being dealt, though, to HellRaisers.
So low on HP. 38 between them. Zero still manages to pick up a frag. Can they hold on to this? They're not going to check the angle. It means Issa gets another, and so does Woxic. It's not over yet. The pistol looked like it could have been the nail in the coffin, but HellRaisers win that second round bye.
Just like they did in the previous game against Envy. So, not bad, not bad. I really didn't see them winning that round though, with the amount of HP split between them.
Just the right positioning and not enough utility for the CT side to properly retake.
Sontaris on the Deagle now. His team Space Soldiers have fully bought up for this one.
And T-side setting up Angel in middle and then falling off. So likely that they are just going to look to try and hit towards one of these sites, and then Angel is going to be the man holding off any sort of rotations. Dink comes in, Zero already down to 27 HP. And look at this, there's 4 players now on the B site. Major has so much information. If they do go for a rotation, he'll hear them. The only problem could be if they duck down and go through the connector.
Yeah.
Now, Smoke going to go into window. Maybe to try and bait in a little bit more of a rotation. They are pushing in to a complete stack. 4 players around this corner. Engine going to be getting one. Paz another with the Deagle. And is this worth forcing the issue? That's the question. Somehow they still seem to be coming out on top. But Sontaris is still standing for a second. But eventually gets removed. Major's flank is a little bit too far behind. He was playing for information over towards the A site. But even with the correct read, HellRaisers are able to trade effectively and only actually lose a couple of players so far. Now, there's still a chance they could lose a little bit more, and I like that. They just set up the man to be able to stand without having to jump peek, and Woxic will take the head clean off. Smart stuff from HellRaisers in the end. Didn't really feel out the site, and there was a massive possibility that they lost that round. Props still have to go to them for winning it, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 points to be made. First of all, they just go in without getting any kind of knowledge. That's a little bit risky. But being able to push that site when they've fully bought up like that and still come out on top, that's very well done by HellRaisers. Oh, they're going straight for the offensive onto B again.
The Mac Daddies looking to try and make as much cash as possible. There's still a couple of players around this site. They have to be careful of checking angles here. The Mac 10s, however, do all of the sort of feeling out, meaning that they're not really losing too much and have plenty of cash to gain. Calyx has managed to find one, but that is all she wrote. Mac 10s still hold on to. They're not going to be able to retrieve one of the rifles, so that's at least a little bit more costly. I wonder if they'll keep these into the next round. Woxic has gone straight for that AWP. Yeah. Which makes sense. Right decision. But will they keep them? Yes, they will. Now, I want to see where they're going. Are they going straight back to B again?
Well, you got to, right, when you got 2 Mac 10s. Like, it's the only thing you can do. This time around, though, will Engine have what it takes?
He's going to be holding the angle. Paz being blinded up. They're already going to lose one, but it's fine as long as the trades come in effectively. And that's it. They lose both Mac 10s, but they keep all their rifles going. A 3v3 that they would have taken all day. Bomb going to be planted. There's still a decent opportunity here for Space Soldiers to turn things back. But the bait has been set. Now, can the remaining players finish things off? Rotation is going to be coming in, a 3-pronged retake. Using that short position, but Angel takes down Major, and all 3 players fall. Again, a brilliant round from HellRaisers. They use those Mac 10s exactly how they should. Mac 10s there don't have to get any kills. They just have to find out where the players are. That's exactly what they do, and then the other players are ready to trade them instantly. Superb.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game went live. Obviously, Mirage is kind of a perfect map for HellRaisers to upset against Space Soldiers, and we can see why they're playing really well here on the T side. It's not really advanced strategies either, is it?
No, it's very, very basic strategies, but we saw like all the way through the day that that's absolutely fine. Space Soldiers were doing it themselves, where we saw them rush B pretty much every single round.
Yeah.
And it was working towards the beginning of the game.
Envy was doing it a lot, also on the T side of Cobblestone, so it's been working out the entire day. Eco coming in for Space Soldiers. Getting 1 frag.
Something at least. AWP is going to be retrieved. Now, Major, can he avoid the vision of many players? No, he can't. Zero will spot him. That was the one question mark in that round. The rest of the players don't really have much to go on. The other thing as well is it's very easy for someone like Zontaris to find you openings on the T side. On the CT side, a little bit more difficult. He still finds a kill just as I say that, though, so...
Yeah, but obviously, talking about the opening frags, he's, he can just be in one position on the map, so it's going to be hard for him. Woxic picking up a frag. It's up to Calyx now to try to get something out of this round.
Getting close. 11 to 10. And just moments ago, we were talking about that 10-5 pistol win for Space Soldiers. And thinking, okay, that's it. Yeah. That's it. And then we've seen the break back. We've seen a buy round or two go the way of HellRaisers. And they're only one behind, but now comes the AWP. Paz is going to be the one picking that up yet again. So it is looking like he may have just taken over that role. I still wonder how long that will last, or if eventually they may just look to try and buy the man on the other side, which I know many Turkish fans are looking to happen. Like many, just like, come on, just get Woxic now. You're actually starting to annoy me. But there you go, Paz. He can do it too. As he finds the initial pick onto Devfox, a man advantage for the CT side. Angel going to be sneaking in though, and Calyx is gone within seconds. No trade available, though Major does finish off Issa instead. And the even up of that scoreline lasts a literal second.
One-man deficit now. Where do they go from here?
T-side have had quite a bit of success heading over towards that B side of the map. I like this setup from Paz, holding with the AWP. The whole aim for him here is just to get one and then fall back, and then they have a massive advantage when it comes to the retake. It looks like the read they have is absolutely perfect. Now, the reason for this is the aggression that's come out from Major. And he's happy to be on the other side of the map. We saw this earlier when they had the stack with the pistols. He finds out the read over towards the A side, and the rest of the team then just hold down here, but Zontaris gets overwhelmed, a mistake that you don't see commonly. Engine will be there to keep the man advantage with them, but there's that missed shot from Paz. An opening has arisen, but there's not a lot of time to capitalize on it. They need to get moving. Already one will be lost. Angel trades to make it into a 1 versus 2. However, he's got 8 seconds. He has to choose a wise plant position. We'll be able to get it down. Actually, there's no way to trade that as of yet. Peak going to be coming out from Major. He has to be careful of the flank. Spray actually a bit wild, but it works. That's the most important thing. Space Soldiers will stop their opponents from evening up the scoreline. AWP going to remain in the hands of Paz, but there is still plenty of cash to buy back for HellRaisers.
Absolutely. They'll be able to survive a couple more rounds here. But, I mean, Space Soldiers now starting to rack up the points, closing in on match point.
He's coming right down to the wire. Other than the sort of first match of today, well, I suppose the HellRaisers game, the first match.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been any dominant affairs. They've been much closer matches. Much more entertaining to watch. Especially considering the way that this whole bracket is going.
I think it's all up to HellRaisers, like the way they've impressed us. Didn't look good in the start, but they've really risen to the occasion.
No matter what happens here, with 5 days practice, this is not bad at all.
Absolutely not.
Zontaris, here we go. We talk about opening picks. Is he going to get one? Yes, but it's a quick trade, and if anything, that still benefits the T side. Engine going to be trying to look towards the smoke, a little bit aggressive over towards apps. Mid control is the aim of the game. And Paz just trying to take the pick with that AWP. Can't spot anything as of yet. Dink is going to come in. And it looks like quite a bit of damage is being done, but it's 0 to open things up on B. Now things get worrying because there isn't a whole lot of support. Paz, however, could get back in. The problem is, I don't even know if he's realized. Like, he could have tried to hold the cross instead. It looks like they're setting up for the retake. The B site has been completely taken.
The problem for him is he doesn't have any kind of support in middle, so he needs to constantly watch his back. And he's got Major now over towards the side, but Paz gets taken down, and that's going to leave them in a horrible position. 4 versus 2.
And this is the reset as well. Look how much money is in the bank accounts of these Space Soldier players. Next to nothing. They've got the 2 players with their weapons currently still standing, but in terms of investing back into the next round, add 1,400 to any number you have on this side, and they still don't have enough to buy a rifle. Unless, well, Major can buy a FAMAS, but that's about it.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of FAMASs being brought out. I'm glad to see that gun being used again.
Well, no more meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Props have to be given. They did finally fix it. It took them a while, and they're trying to do the pistols now.
Terrorists win.
Trying.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to make them completely obsolete, but at the same time, if a $500 pistol or $300 pistol can shoot you once in the face and you're dead, it's frustrating.
It is. It really is.
Either way, they're going for it. Space Soldiers are putting all they have. And so this round isn't only for HellRaisers to even things up, but then have a good opportunity to take the lead in the next round, where the money will be even tighter. And then you look at HellRaisers themselves, even if they lose this round, they still have an abundance of cash to buy back up.
Suntar's in a horrible position right now. They know where he is, and they got players on both ends of that tunnel. So if he can get one kill here...
What? How does he still pull stuff like that? If he even gets away as well, Zero has got to be kicking himself. That was not only a chance to get an early advantage, but a chance to take down Zontares. You shouldn't let that chance slide. Zontares so aggressive. There goes Issa. Head clean off, so he will eventually be removed, and the 4v4 once again comes in. That's the second round in a row now that Zontares has found an opening pick, but been traded out. And that has not benefited his team whatsoever.
You want Suntaris towards that at the end of the round, for sure. I feel like after he gets that opening kill, he needs to calm down, get back to his teammates, and try to play a little bit more defensive until the push finally comes in.
In this round, it's a bit more understandable because no matter where he went, he was either running back into mid or trying to run all the way through apps. So he left himself in that predicament, but at the same time, he didn't actually have to jump into underpass in the beginning of the round either. So you have to weigh it up. They're going for these aggressive plays because they just don't have the weaponry. 25 seconds up on the clock. They've got the read perfect, but Issa still finds the frag. 3 HP. Decent position as well from Major, but he misses the shots. It's all onto Aegean. There's not a lot of time left. If he can drop this bomb, he's got a chance. They need to take him down and quickly, and got to go and run and retrieve that bomb. Can the man on short do anything? Calyx not looking like he can deny the plant at least. So it is going to come down to this 2v1. Molotov onto the bomb, but it quickly sneaks away. That is so smart from DevVox. Just sneaking out. Position, is he going to check it? Yes, he is. Takes down one, but Angel quick to trade. 12-12 comes around, and now Space Soldiers, their money really hits them hard. Question is, when you drop it down to one player, do you still go for it? Do you buy back into this one? No. I think that's the right decision, especially because there's still a decent amount of money on HellRaisers after the streak that they had, and you want to be getting back to your fall buys.
Yeah.
Even so, aggression going to come out from Major. He's removed within seconds. Of course, that's something we've seen from them in terms of these pistol rounds, is try and take control on A. That's a lovely flashbang out, and gives Paz a kill and a weapon to play with. The rest of HellRaisers still being patient, waiting around middle, waiting in Palace for further aggression to come in. Angel is not going to fall victim. 2 players have now pushed into his crosshair. Let's see if they go for lucky number 3.
Hopefully they don't. Angel realizes that and decides to move up. And the rest of his teammates now slowly making their way over towards the A-bomb site.
They've actually got the gamble correct in terms of positional play. Problem is they just don't have the weaponry and not really much space to fall back. A dink comes in. Paz will burn down one. He's actually managed to retrieve the AK as well from previously. They now have the players on the site, but it's nowhere near as low a time as before. There's not a rush here for HellRaisers. Aegean trying to get through the smoke, but it's Angel with his 3rd kill of the round, looking to try and get a little bit more, but DevVox will be there. Lead taken now from HellRaisers. And here comes the buy.
Starting to be a little bit of a make or break situation here, Tom. And once again, HellRaisers are showing us that they can do a lot of damage with just 5 days of practice. And Space Soldiers not happy with how this qualification has gone so far.
Well, they lose this, they are eliminated. They will not be making their way to Mykonos. They will not go to the beautiful Greek island. I think it's an island.
Spot on, yeah.
I know where it is. Shut up. It's not my job. That's Paul's. Dead Fox. Looking to try and push him, but it's Angel once again leading from the front, but so is Major. Spray from Major this time, not quite good enough, and Issa has been phenomenal in this game. Can he continue? Paz and Engine. They do not want to let them get to 14, but are the T side actually going to dedicate themselves to this A side? A little bit of a peek coming out from the AWP of Woxic. Issa so low on HP, they can't really gamble too much. Push going to be coming through. Missed shot from Woxic. That's a lovely shot from Paz at the same time, and it gives them an opportunity in this round. Zero has to be the one leading the charge instead. They're going to line up. Sprays down one and the second. Engine finishes the round, but it could all be in vain. They lose 4 players, and look at the cash still available for HellRaisers.
They need to stand any chance here. They really need to pick up this round as well. Wow. That was some good timing coming out from Engine.
Can we look at the scoreboard? I want to see just where Issa is at the moment.
No, you may not.
No,
Tom.
I may not. I've just been ruined by production. Absolutely ruined. T side. I'm going to be taking mid position, and Dev Fox. Well, speaking of ruined,
that's
head off of Paz. Another for Issa as well. Is it going to be reset number 2 for Space Soldiers? They can't afford to let this happen. It's such a crucial point in the match, and they're out of there. Yeah, I completely agree with that decision. They need to have something to play with in the next round. The chance of them winning a 5 versus 3 situation. But look at Angel. He's hungry for frags. Wants to try and take some of these weapons out of the hands of the remaining players. They know they can rebuy, and they know how costly this can be for the CT side. It's been all a T's game. They want to get this AK, and they will.
But seeing the player down there in T-spawn should force the rest of HellRaisers to start moving out to hunt for these guns. But
oh, Dead Fox. He's doing it alone. He doesn't need any help. Now, well, we've gone from saving a couple of rifles and a UMP to just a UMP to nothing. Woxic is going to finish him off. 14 to 13. Money is screwed. And just look at the board at the moment. Again, every single player except for Dev Fox is over 20 kills. He definitely hasn't been underperforming by any stretch. And then you got Calyx. Now it really is a problem. Yeah. Before he was having a lot of impact. Now he's 10 and 21. He's supposed to be one of the shining lights of this team. Instead, he's too far down. And look, they're just going to go back to basics once again. The rush straight in. Angel leading the charge with that MAC-10. Engine up close. What can he do here? Absolutely nothing. It will be Calyx to at least get one back, but it's short-lived. Only man left alive is Major, as he sits there wondering what went wrong. Just remember, they had a 10-5 first half. They won the pistol, and they're now 15-13 down.
I don't agree with their decision to buy into this round either. They're so close to overtime now. They should have just gone for that full buy next. But they've gone for it, and it's all down to Major to try to save that UMP, but then again, it's a UMP.
We saw them do it as well versus LDLC. It came right down to the wire, and they forced bought at the end and lost. You have to question some of these decisions, and 15-13. HellRaisers, a team that after their first match of today, we wrote them off. Somewhat similar to LDLC as well. They got absolutely destroyed in their first game, won the next 2. HellRaisers now looking to do the same back and put all of the pressure onto Envy. It could be a 3-way split very easily, or maybe Space Soldiers can still turn this around. It's not done yet. They only have 2 weapons excluding pistols. It's all going to be about aggression. There's a setup over towards this A side of the map, and just aggression from Zero, trying to bait over a rotation, and has sort of done it. I'm not sure I like that play, though. It's given much more of an opportunity, and after nothing seen, they do rotate fairly quickly. Dev Fox has opened things up towards this A site. Molotov going to be thrown into the corner. Bomb going to be planted. It's all going to be about this retake. Calyx manages to get one at least, but Dev Fox has taken this round by storm. I questioned whether he'd be able to fit into this team without his AWP. The answer is yes. HellRaisers, they go 2-1 after what was an atrocious start to the day. Now all pressure lands on a team that every single one of us named to be getting through to the finals tomorrow. And it's going to come down to a 2-1 if they do manage to do it. We'll be back after a short break to break this match down, and I don't know how we're going to do it.